Hello everybody, welcome back to Lessons Learned. As promised in this episode, we're going to be talking about one of my passions, that is crafting. You know, I have been scrapbooking for over 14 years. I actually got into scrapbooking while I was expecting my first son. But prior to that, I was actually exposed to scrapbooking as a little girl. My family took a trip to Washington, D.C., and I'm told and have pictorial proof that I PP'd on the third step of the Lincoln Memorial. There I stand in the picture right on the third step of the Lincoln Memorial. And I was just so enamored at that picture. I would go to the album and I would look at that picture, and it was so special to me that that moment was captured. So that was kind of my route into scrapbooking, and I wanted to be able to do the same thing when I had my children. So scrapbooking was actually such a blessing for me because my first pregnancy was a high-risk pregnancy. It was stressful. We were in another state from family at the time, and we kind of had to go through this, just me and my husband. And it was such a great and healthy and fun outlet for me to not only channel my creativity, but to archive some of these memories and just to have fun and kind of let go. And so what we're going to do today is I'm going to share with you some of the things that I saved over the years and documented and archived over the years. And we're also going to go through the process of scrapbooking. Now, scrapbooking can be elaborate or it can be very simple. It's up to you. And the only two rules about scrapbooking are, number one, to have fun. And number two, that there are no rules. There's no standard, there's no right or wrongs. You just kind of create and you have a great time doing it. So let's go ahead and get started on this scrapbook page.
Before we create our scrapbook page, here's a sample of some of my scrapbooking from the early years. Keep in mind that some of these pages are over 14 years old. I hope you enjoy this walk down memory lane with me. So here's my process for creating a scrapbook page. First, I pick a photo. My son will be the focus of this page. Now this is an old school photo here, but you can print photos from your camera onto photo paper with your printer as well. Come on, let's get those old photos out of those bins. Next, we'll scale our photo. Here we determine the size and orientation of the photo, and this is where your personal home printer totally rocks. You can customize your page and really allow your vision to come to life. Now we'll choose a background. In choosing a background, you really want to select a color that complements your photo and allows it to pop. Now, some people use more structured methods like color wheels to do this. Today, I'm just flipping through my good old paper pack and I'm seeing what pops. I promised you fun, and here is where the fun, at least for me, comes in. We get to play around with placement. Now, some people get all of their page elements together, they get them prepared, and then they move them around on their page until they like it. And then they glue everything down. I tend to begin with a very loose framework, and then I'll tweak things as I go along. But by far, this is the most fun part of scrapbooking for me, figuring out placement. So we'll have to build out this page. And yeah, I like scrapbooking with 12 by 12 paper. And that can be a lot of space to work with. So I have to build out my page. And what I mean by that is I have to fill my page with elements until I'm satisfied with the results. Since this is a school photo, I went to one of my school-themed paper packs for inspiration. So I cut out a horizontal strip of that school-themed paper. And I really wanted to focus in on the section that said 4th grade because my son was in 4th grade when this picture was taken. At this point, I'm reassessing and I think I know just what will make this picture work. So we'll add a decorative element, and I think I know just what I'll do. I'll add a crisp white frame to help this photo stand out against the busy background. I'm using my Silhouette electronic die cutter to cut out a custom frame, and I'll feature this amazing machine in another episode. Here is the final result. I used some rubber stamps to stamp a sentiment onto that white frame, and then I die cut some hearts out of cork, and voila, I love it, and so did my son Busty. Thanks again so much for watching. In our next episode, I'll share how I make egg muffins for meal prepping. And coming up, we're gonna make some fresh homemade baked bread. Yummy, that sounds like fun. We'll also give you a sneak peek into our container garden progress. Until next time though, remember to bloom where you're planted. God bless.